各位观众好朋友，大家好，我是张克忠张师，真欢迎咱今日搁伫健康医学跟空中见面。张医师伫健康医学要搁咱来谈，用医学史来看武汉的肺炎甲医学伦理，从医学史看武汉肺炎与医学伦理。医学伦理真要紧，因为你若是无一个规范，医疗伦理若无，这医生就使乱创，你知道？这甲医疗有关的人员，因就会做真侪违反伦理的代志。其实这个武汉肺炎，因就是伫迄个 P4 研究室。P4 是 professional for level 4的一种高科技的研究室，伫遐咧研究病毒。研究病毒物件，内底遐个拢是医学博士啊。因甲迄个研究动物摕出外口，俗俗卖伫华南叫做生鲜市场。中国就足爱食遐个，俗俗卖啊。你若猫肉一只本来1000块，这样甲你卖200块。你若腊肉一只3000块，甲你卖300块。大家嘛抢咧买。叫做实验的鸟鼠啦，实验的蝙蝠啦，这拢总会使摕出外口乱卖，所以这就造成真大的问题啦。所以今仔日张医师要用这个医学史的过程来探讨这个武汉的肺炎，甲这个应该要遵守这个医学伦理的原则。若无，这个代志也会发生啦，但是今仔日因为佫真侪，即马较慢开学，医学院嘛较慢上课，所以有真侪课，张医师必须要即马借着咱的频道或者医学生通好来看。所以今仔日有缘要佫用英语教学，请大家较忍耐者。Today I will begin this lecture in English. You know, in the medical history, the Egypt's history is the oldest one in the world. They used the doctor we called pharmacist doctor to make the mummy permanent. What means permanent? What means eternal? Our body at last will destroy by the bacteria division, bacteria digestion. But the religion of faith let them know their soul in the future will come back. When the soul come back to their body, they don't have a good shaped body. That's very sorry. So they hope they have a figure, good shape, stay in this world. How to do that? Of course, they need order the doctor to keep the corpse not decay. How to make the mummy is a professional knowledge by the ancient doctor in Egypt. You see this picture. When the empire or the Egypt's king dead, their body must use some method, special method to keep the body fresh, but not really fresh, no decay. The doctor must use some medicine, some chemicals to prevent the corpse destroyed. the method and the chemicals, we knew it is contains some arsenic toxic material. And you see this picture, the dead body put in the coffin. The coffin is very beautiful. The nearest servant is white collar servant. So it means the North African area, the country, Egypt, the skin is white. So the white servant can treat the dead body into the king. The next layer, the skin is still brown, but not the gray or the black one. It might be in the middle, not the north part of the world. They dress, the cloth is only hanged by some band, not the silk one, so soft, so beautiful. And the third layer's servant is black. They only dress some animal skin. It means they have some racial discrimination. But it is not so important. The most important things, you must keep the corpse, not was destroyed. When you die, you can see the epitaph in the wall using some figure character to praise the ancient emperor, ancient queen. The next slide picture shows you the corpse is cut by the doctor and take the inside organ, such as heart, lung, liver, kidney, spleen, etc. So actually, it is only an empty corpse, not the complete one, but it is satisfied by the ancient emperor and the queens. The chemical left the body staying till today. We examine the no decayed corpse, such as bone. This is leg, this is ankle joint, and this is foot, finger. We say toes. There's some pathologic change. The pathologic change in today's microscopic examination, we know it is some tuberculosis joint, TB joint. The corpse was covered by layers and layers clothes, contain some medical component. So the mummy can persist, lasting for 7 or 8,000 long. The oldest medicine is not really a medicine. It is some myth, mysterious religious worship form to treat the ill patient. Some woman doctor pray for the suffering girl in Africa. They can use some stone or hard material, might be some steel, to do invasive treatment for the people. Of course, if the knife only cut the skin formed some abscess. Then, when you cut the skin, the pus drain out. After 1 week or 10 days, the wound will heal by themselves. It was a good way to let some skin disease gone, but they still have no knowledge about the bacteria. The medical ethics is come from moral. The moral is come from habit and custom. With good custom, they have a good public health knowledge. So the medical professional workers, we don't call them doctors because they didn't have any uh, institutional teaching, medical teaching, no well trained medical doctor. So we only call them a professional technician hearing persons somebody. But the Babylon city, today's Egypt, not Egypt, today's Iraq, they have there was a there still persisted some good architecture memorial castle. This is Babylon. Babylon city surrounded by Tigris River and the Euphrates River. In the nutritious dirt, they can plant many crop, many rice or wheat, and because of near the rivers, they have some fish, seafood, not seafood, river food can be eaten. So it is the center of that's the time. At that time, this is a center of the world. Our culture, the whole world culture, is beginning in this place. Iraq had a cruel empire or president Hussein. Hussein did many wrong things to their people. So you American kill him, hanging him to death. That's a very cruel punishment. but the castle still persists today. The king of the Babylon, we call him Hammurabi. Hammurabi king gave their people some written law word in the paper. But at the time, he carved the law in black color stone, and the duplication one was sent to Taiwan 30 years ago in our museum. The spirit of the Hammurabi law is eye for one eye, and tooth for tooth. It means if the doctor use wrong word to treat the patient, that patient blind, an eye can be replaced by doctor's eye. You must destroy your eye to compensate the patient eye. And if you were the dentist, you treat the patient tooth wrong, then you must knock him or extract your tooth to compensate the patient. In the beginning, I thought it's a very cool and full of angry law. But today, I think it's very equal because many treatments you will let the patient heal, not let them suffering. So you must pay something, not really your eye or your tooth. It might pay some big amount of money for the patient or their family. Okay, anyway, this is a ethics. The ethics is beyond the law. If you use the law to control everybody's doing or everybody's thinking, it is not a humanity. So in that period, Hammurabi king's law contribute today's law. All the law was coming from Hammurabi's code. I say this means medicine is a very professional knowledge. Even it is not scientific before, but later it must change to a scientific method to verify the treatment method is correct, not use a very strange method to treat the patient. Another picture shows you this is a kind of instrument in ancient medicine. Can you guess what is it? It was a circumcision knife. Circumcision means cut the prepuce of a glans penis, the foreskin of a glans penis. The boy, after birth, the 8 days, the priest must do the worship procedure. After birth, the 8 days, the priest must do the worship procedure. Of course, if you did this procedure, then the dirty thing, dirty secretion contains some bacteria or virus will not left in the sulcus of a glans penis. The benefit is this procedure will let the female partner, of course, their wives, the ancient Jews or Mohammed's monk, they can marry 4 wives. So if a male's penis is dirty, contains some HPV virus, human papilloma virus, the women will cause some cervical cancer. So their circumcision knife is very important in that age. The Jews believe their faith insists all the men must cut the foreskin of the penis. But it formed some public health procedure. It's not bad. But they still have some exception. If the first child cut the foreskin of the penis, the procedure let the first boy child dead in bleeding too much. Then the second child can avoid the procedure because they know their family heritage had some hemophilia disease. The hemophilia will let the boy die on small wound. And another instrument to show you, this is bloodletting knife. Bloodletting knife cut the vein of the patient, let the venous blood bleeding out. The procedure will heal some patient, the percentage near 50%. So it's very wonderful. In the ancient age, doctor cannot do anything right. They only use some strange method to let the patient frighten. The frightened action will let patients' adrenaline comes out from their adrenal gland. The adrenaline can cure some disease by their immune system. So the procedure, even it is not scientific, but they still did that. And the picture says, bloodletting procedure is the beginning of the health. You see, the patient hand must put in hot water, but not boiling water. Let the vein engorged and let the bloodletting knife cut your vein. the blood spread out. The direction is very important in that time. If goes through east side or west side, north side or south side, the blood direction had some meaningful explanation by the doctor. What a ridiculous thing that they did that. Good thing is they had a very famous and wisdom doctor. His name is Hippocrates II. The same period, same age as philosopher Socrates. He invented many medical procedure teaching the professional, we say doctors. He invented blood disease, mucous disease, yellow bile disease, black bile disease. The four kind disease is the final of human's life. We understand the blood disease such as bleeding too much to death. Mucous disease means some secretion increasing, secrete out, let the patient die, such as diarrhea, such as tumor, when it destroyed, necrosis, even gangrene. Then the discharge, mucous discharge, came out, and the protein losing, that the patient die very soon. Yellow bile disease, we can understand is some disease concern related to our liver system, bile juice, come about duct system, and even hemolysis. Hemolysis will some yellow bile icterus, we say pigmentation, yellowish pigmentation in our skin, our sclera. In the ancient time, you don't have any method to cure this patient. Of course, die. And what is black bile disease? We know black bile disease means but your movement, your stool, the color black. Today we knew it was a upper gastrointestinal bleeding. The bleeding blood touched your gastric juice. Gastric juice, the content is hydrochloride. So the blood turned black, and with some bacteria transform the stool passage. The color is tarry stool, black, very black. We knew it was massive bleeding in the stomach or intestine, upper side, upper part. In the lower part, the colon, then the blood is fresh red color. Okay, the four kind diseases were invented, the theories by Hippocrates II. But it's not only his contribution. He taught the doctors, professional medical professionals, you must treat the patient, either the patient is man or women, either the patient's skin color is white or black, even the patient was poor or rich. in today's thinking, I think it is very reasonable. We must treat any patient equally. But there was a saying. He taught his students, medical students, must teach his or ancient, the doctors, teachers, children, and pay nothing, free tuition. In today's situation, all your doctor, teachers, children want to enter the medical school, you still must pass the entrance examination. You don't have any privilege, and you must pay the tuition fee equally. This is the only thing he was criticized by today's doctor. Without that, everything seems perfect. In Taiwan, we have many medical treatment misunderstanding. When you treat the patient got fever lasting for 1 or 2 weeks, then the patient family is very anxious and finding some method to let the patient heal, such as using fortune teller, using some strange method, such as anti-shui, such as find the spirit treatment, etc. Of course, it is only some psychological affection impact, but it still treat 80% patient because we have a immune system. If you treat the wrong way, the disease is not so serious. It still will heal by themselves. So in the Taiwan's religious treatment way, still can do something for the people, but not really right way. In the middle ancient stage, many people die and even buried very thin dirt, very shallow places. They kneel down to ask the Catholic father or priest, the pastor, why? Why my relatives died? Why so many people dead? No any good answer. Only the religious leader tell you, God want your families go back to heaven peacefully. That's the only answer. Today we knew it is pestis. We say plague or Black Death disease. The Black Death means the disease comes very soon and no way to cure that. It was caused by mouth. Mouse body skin contains some flea. The flea has some germ inside the flea's saliva. When the flea bites you, the saliva run the road bacteria come into human's body, then you will be die very soon. At that time, the health department forbid the patient to see another relatives or forbid some healthy person to visit the suffering relatives. Because if you want to see the patient, you might be die within 24 hours. It is caused by the mouse rat disease. We say Black Death disease. It's a kind of pestis. In the Middle Age, the disease spreading very much. But in today's London, at that time, Anglo-Saxons population gathering in some important places. They had very, very big fire. You see, the dead body is lie down on the earth. The fire cannot distinguished, cannot be put, disappear. So it lasting for months. But strange thing happened. After the fire disappeared, spontaneous, because any house can be burned, and the disease, the pestis, is disappeared also. Why? Because the fire killed many rat, mouse, and the flea, and some bacteria. So the medical professional thought humans' disease not caused by God punishment. It might be caused by some vectors to transmit, but no evidence because at that time they don't have any microscope. The rich ladies can gathering naked in the bathroom, such as a sauna. They can dance. They can hearing good music playing by guitar or mandolin. The servant always black women, black. They cannot naked. They must wear their clothes to serve the rich women. This method help the women get healthy because they have a good public health method to clean their body. But if the men come in this bathroom and some women naked and even sexual intercourse in public, they found some disease come out. in Italy. They had a famous doctor, Francastolo. He found his servant got some disease similar to the empire's children. The VIP's children had the same symptom as his servant. When they found the girl, the whole girl, their body comes some skin disease. And the procedure is almost the same. So he set the theory they got some disease of love, and he used a poem to write a novel. The novel is dirty novel. So many bad boy, bad girl, they had the dirty novel to read the novel. It was written the procedure of making love and got some disease, and they use a 6-step poem. You work 6 steps. After these 6 steps, you must sing some word that inside the content is sexual contaminated disease. We said syphilis. This name, syphilis, is Dr. Francastoro's servant. So, we cannot do any sexual behavior wrong, or your name can lasting till today, 500 years later. This is the condyloma lata in syphilis. It is not painful. The second stage, the skin syphilis, look like a pimple or acne. If you treat the disease, will gone. You feel, oh, my treatment is right, but actually it is wrong. Why? Syphilis is a kind of bacteria. We say spirocheta. Spirocheta will invade your organ, your vessel, your brain, your spine gradually, even lasting for 5 or 20 years. So our connect teacher destroyed by the bacteria, spirocheta, and 5 or 10 or 20 years later, your nose, your mouth will destroy and very ugly, just look like ghost. So Francastoro published a thesis. Sexual transmit is a kind of infection. There must be some germ. Only he didn't know what kind germ. We know it is syphilis spirocheta bacteria. Actually, in that time, in Alps mountain, another doctor, Processus, he published the same theory book. Earlier, 2 months or 3 months, then Francesco. But when the published theory printed in Italy, the time is later than Francesco. So they say Francesco is the first infectious disease discovering doctor, but actually no. Paracelsus is the first one. Okay, we memorize them. Till 1543, Da Vinci and his good friend Vesalius did real anatomy operation. So, 500 years ago, we knew the actual our organ inside our body. Before, they cannot cut somebody's body, open their abdomen, their chest to see what is the heart, what is the lung, what is something. Is forbid. It was forbid. But today, every medical student must learn anatomy legally. After this, the evidence, true anatomy comes out that us, our generations can understand the real anatomy and lead a true medical process. The anatomy is allowed by the King of Philip of Rome. Their ancestor, father of anatomy, named Galen, did wrong teaching material because at that time no doctor can do the real operation. They only sneak to watch some part of the organ. So Dr. Galen was the medical doctor of Rome king. He used some animals such as cattle, sheep, dog, pig, etc., using their organs to put together and thinking humans' organ is similar to that animals, but actually it is not. But he taught Rome doctors for 15th century, 1,500 years. It's very ridiculous. That was Da Vinci's writing, painting, drawing. It's very similar to this anatomy textbook. Very wonderful, genius person. Of course, they still need some medical school. This picture means great college. Great college. They have a Socrates, they have a Platus and Aristotle and medical doctors, all the professional person, honorable person gathering in the great college. Of course, it's only a painting that in the inheritance and continuous education that we today can get some real medical knowledge. We thank you them. You see, 25 years ago, the newspaper was written, if you have some disease, you must go to temple and let the priest do something to the frightened people. It's very useful. So they want to see the priest better than to see the psychiatric doctor. Ridiculous. This was North Korea's pastor. She cut the black foot without any anesthesia. It is very cruel. You see, use knife, use a scissor, cut the foot and put the foot before the believer, and she say, hallelujah. The audience, the believers say, amen. This was a kind of no scientific medical record. The pastor always used her finger to puncture the patient body. But it is not scientific. Today we have a microscope. We must thank the Leeuwenhoek. Dr. Leeuwenhoek invent the microscope. Many kinds of microscope. The original one is this one. But I still don't know where is the lens, where is the carrier part of the microscope, but it is a memory. And pathologic doctor, my name is Pat, means I also do the pathologic exam for all the kind of medical cutting part. Mogagani, very famous doctor. Nightingale, the nurse's teacher. And we have Mackay, Dr. Mackay. Actually, he was not a doctor, and even not a dentist, but he did the extraction of teeth. So we gave he honor. He was a medical doctor and also the pastor. But through his spirit, we established a Mackay Memorial Hospital in Taipei and the whole branches in Taiwan. This picture shows how he extract the patient tooth. He must have put the tooth at the patient hand, or will be gas. You use our part of the body to do some nutritious thing good for you. That's very ridiculous thinking, but we just do that. And some medical students came to my clinic. Some North Europe medical students, Japanese students, our Taiwan students, they came to my clinic. Sometimes I show them to the broadcasting radio station in my home and let them try to do the program and receive some calling. Fire's daughter had the experience, and the fire calling her daughter to ask some medical questions. Her daughter scared them that time. After finished the program, I told her daughter, "It was your father fire." Oh, she got very angry, called back to scold his father. Why you didn't tell me? Why you didn't tell me you will do that? But it's a good memory. Today we have a gene program. We have a gene invent and put the gene to change something. If you use this way to invent some anti-cancer medicine, it is good. But if you invent this, such as Wuhan's new coronavirus, to be a chemical weapon, then the destruction is to whole the world, even you a Chinese person, your populations, your people's life. So we cannot do the research to over our ability, especially the nuclear method. You use nuclear power to have a good electric supply, but sometimes the nuclear thing or the nuclear weapon causes some diseases. The diseases such as cancer, or sometimes is destroy whole the human life in the world. So you must thinking about it. Gene changing is a very serious issue, and Dr. Wang said from a piece of paper of medical center's prescription, spend waste many much money in the medical center. Then our small clinic, the doctors did the anti-ethic method, abused the medicine very much. Dr. Wang told them, and we using too much medicine too harmful to our liver. They all medicine. Sometimes it is not necessary. The old patient only ask, how about hug me, please? Hug me, please. You don't give me so much many medicines. I only want you to heal my spirit, my mind, and body. This is today's ending. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.